What's up with it? You watching that Big Bomber TV. And yeah, we about to check out this clip from the YouTube channel Culture Covered, you know what I mean? And the title is ATK Fears Retaliation. Fulio moms break silence and warn Yungeen H, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, that's pretty much a sad situation, especially knowing like how this got started, because like they really ain't even had no problems. It was all like internet stuff, you know what I'm saying? Man, but let's check out this clip and see what they talking about.
That Fulio's are going after members of Yungeen Ace's gang and plotting more killings in retaliation. ATK and KTA have been involved in a bitter and violent rivalry for years, and their beef has already claimed dozens of young lives. Now, according to Jacksonville Sheriff TK Waters, he said the police are now paying close attention to certain groups that he knows are clashing, and they're not going to allow any retribution.
It's unfortunate. Now the next thing is these groups, I won't name them, they know who they are. We're not going to tolerate any retribution, any revenge. We're going to watch. We're going to be around paying attention to what's going on.
But like I said, this has been going on for years. And folks in Jacksonville are saying the police are not really doing anything to put a stop to this. Others, however, argue that the police can't do much. And it all starts at home and how these young men are being raised. Speaking of...
I ain't gonna lie, that's easy for people to say that's not like in certain neighborhoods, but the police don't police in the hoods. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, something can happen, you call the police, they not coming, you know what I'm saying? So like it's really like some stuff go on like with the police not policing as much as they will in a nicer neighborhood than they do in like the hoods, for real though, you know what I mean? So they can go on with that one.
Fulio's mother just broke her silence on her son's murder, claiming she tried to keep Fulio away from the gang lifestyle and begged him to squash the beef with ATK. She also called out people who are celebrating Fulio's death and revealed that she's working on a documentary where she wants to reveal the untold truth about Fulio's life and death. But what exactly does Fulio's mom know about her son's kill?
You the liability, you the brand. Even with me, I'm a brand. Like, I'm not finna risk everything. I got bills to pay. I got my mama, she need me. You know, it's so much going on. Like, if they lose me, then it's nothing. Everything over with. Back to ground zero, you know what I'm saying? So I'm the brand, I gotta protect that.
Following the death of Florida rapper Fulio on June 23rd, concerns are growing that this incident might spark a huge gang war between ATK and their arch enemies KTA. Crime and safety analyst Tom Hackney even told News 4 Jax that the situation is super tense right now, and since Fulio was a big name in the community, folks are genuinely scared that the violence is just going to skyrocket. Hackney said, when you look a little historically back at him and some of the incidents that he's had just in the last 12 months, you have to make some assumption that, you know, based on that, this is going to be a back and forth kind of thing. That's the downside of this. It doesn't stop. His comes in. Somebody from a rival group is now going to get out there and need to be retaliated against in their eyes for his, and then that just keeps going. Meanwhile, Jacksonville Sheriff TK Waters promised that the authorities won't allow any retaliation and they will be closely watching the two rival groups.
I ain't gonna lie, it's pretty crazy. Like Fulio saying like he a brand and don't want to lose it all, but then like the way he came up is like he came up in a diss culture, you know what I'm saying? It's no different than like the drill rap, you know what I'm saying? Like that dissing rap, man, you putting your life on the line with dissing rap, especially being in the hood, you know what I'm saying? Like where I'm from, like you really can't diss nobody and think they ain't gonna come for you. If you diss somebody rapping out where I'm from, man, they gonna be coming for you, for real.
I mean, unfortunately, I think young people think this is a game. And you know, there'll be comments about this in the statement that I make, and they make it like it's a video game. It's not. This is real life. So he has a mother, you know, he has parents, siblings, probably friends, and they have to deal with these kind of losses, and it's unfortunate. Now the next thing is these groups. I won't name them. They know who they are. We're not going to tolerate any retribution, any revenge. We're going to watch.
Also sent a message to young men who think this kind of lifestyle is a game, and he warned them not to get involved because the police won't tolerate the gang war escalating even more.
Well, this is not a game, is my message. This is not something that we're going to tolerate around town. I think the media, I think the citizens of Jacksonville, I think everyone feels the same way. That this is not something that's okay. This is not something we're going to tolerate. And we're going to pay very close attention, so don't get involved.
I ain't gonna lie, I think with them dissing like the dead, like it's like deeper, you know what I'm saying? This shit is it's more emotion involved, I think, than it should be, but it's involved, you know what I'm saying? So like people dissing the dead, people's not gonna let that go, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to let that go, you know what I mean? Even though if they ain't had nothing to do with it, it's just like that's how it is in the hood, you know what I'm saying? People be in pain and then you dissing the dead, so now all the energy on you instead of them mourning, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I can see how stuff be continue happening, you know what I'm saying?
Stay away from the nonsense.
Heard some people concerned about the safety here in Jacksonville. Retribution, is that a viable concern? What is the police doing?
So I can tell you that I made several phone calls and discussions with the undersheriff and staff members about paying very close attention to certain groups that I know are clashing with one another. They know who they are, and we are going to pay very close attention to make sure that, you know, we're not going to allow you to just arbitrarily run around and spray bullets into people's houses and cars, and it's just something that we're going to pay very close attention to, and I want the public to be vigilant. Pay attention when you see these things going on. Look, the social media world is called meta for a reason. It's make-believe. It's not real life. Real life is what happened to Fulio yesterday, and that happens, and it should not happen. So we're going to be
times. MFers ask, where's his mom? It starts from home. Them not knowing I stayed on you about this beef ish, cussed you out, begged you to take stuff down, and then I was 8 times. I spared their lives even though mine was changed. Sandrikas then reminisced on her son's career beginning and said that she will tell the untold truth about Fulio's life and death in a documentary. She wrote, 10 plus years ago you started this music stuff in Jacksonville, Florida, and had all the teen parties turned. Caught megabuses to ATL at 16 for your career. I think your first interview there was with DJ Small Eyes, but I'll talk about this later in the documentary. Fulio's mom also tagged people who helped her son when he moved to Atlanta to pursue music and thanked them for the impact they had on his career, including the founder of the rap coalition, Wendy Day, producer Zaytoven, and Young Thug. The untold truth only I can tell, coming soon, Sandrikas added. So much unreleased coming soon. Now, as for the suspects in Fulio's murder, no one has been officially named yet, at least not publicly. But if
I ain't gonna lie, like people don't like that's not from like certain environments, like and speaking on environments, like they don't know what people go through, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's just adapting to your environment, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of these kids not even bad really, you know what I'm saying? It's just the environment that they have to adapt to, you know what I'm saying? So basically if you don't adapt to your environment, you're gonna be walking around just a fucking target, you know what I'm saying? So like really like these kids, like a lot of kids, not bad. They just adapt to that environment. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, if your homie's getting killed and shit, you gonna be packing a gun then, nigga. Shit. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't all blamed on the kids, man. Like this society too. And like I say, it's a lack of policing in like certain neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes the police be scared of the niggas that's in the hoods too. Shit, you act like the police just like, you know, like in the suburbs. It's not like in the suburbs. Shit happening in the hood, the police not gonna be right there like soon as something happen. You know what I'm saying? In the suburbs, they gonna be right there like instantly. You know what I'm saying? So like, man, it's different walks of life. You know what I'm saying? If you from a different walk of life, you really can't be speaking on hood shit because you probably won't understand. You know what I'm saying?
if you listen to what the Jacksonville sheriff was hinting at, it's pretty obvious they've got their eyes on Fulio's arch nemesis, Yungeen Ace, and his gang. As you probably heard by now, just hours after Fulio was Yungeen dropped a new diss track called Do It, targeting Fulio and his crew. And let's just say, if Yungeen Ace ends up getting charged in connection with Fulio's death, you can bet some of those lyrics on Do It are going to come back to haunt him in court. Now, the word on the street is that KTA is already prepping for a full-blown street war in Jacksonville. The tension is so thick, you could cut it with a knife. As for the fans, they're convinced the police don't stand a chance at stopping the payback for Fulio's death. And everyone's buzzing about how Yungeen Ace is probably next on the hit list. And like I already said in previous videos about this situation, this is an overall sad situation for everyone. And there are literally no winners here when you consider how much loss has already taken place on both sides. One fan said, unfortunately, his arch rival Yungeen Ace is probably going to be next. That's just how it works. If they don't get Ace, they'll get somebody close to him. This cycle of violence is so sad, just an unnecessary waste of human life. And another person wrote, Julio, Fulio don't need no documentary. We need to heal as a community. These people do not represent represent us. They are a small portion of our population. That is not the majority. Wrong. But let me know how you feel about what's going on over there in Jacksonville. And what's your take on Fulio's mom making a documentary on his life and death? Leave all your thoughts in the comments, and I'll catch you in this next video.
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. Like, in the perfect world, you'll be like, you'll just want the stuff to stop. You know what I'm saying? You'll be vouching for it, but really, though, reality is it's not a perfect world. You know what I'm saying? Like, some stuff do need to be like educated. You know what I'm saying? Like, it needs some educating on certain stuff. You know what I'm saying? Especially like these senseless street wars. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to teach these kids the concept of war. You know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all go to war, you got to be ready for consequences and losses and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be, like, if you going to war, you got to respect war and the concept of war. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I like it, like, end one day. You know what I'm saying? But like, with no education of war and stuff like that and how it works, the casualties and stuff, it turns emotional, personal, and you know what I'm saying? Like I said, in the perfect world, though, you know, you just like wish they could just stop, but it's like deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? People gotta really, you know, take people gotta take accountability of what they participating in. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, if it's a war in your hood, shit, it might be some niggas getting popped up. You know what I'm saying? But shit, that's just the thing of war. Shit, you feel me? Motherfuckers gonna die. You know what I'm saying? So shit, really, you shouldn't war if you don't have to. If it ain't about nothing. You know what I'm saying? And really, though, a lot of these wars just seem like egotistic type shit. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like no real reason that these dudes should be at war, and especially with the Julio and Yungeen Ace situation. You know what I'm saying? Because them niggas ain't even know each other. You know what I'm saying? So it started from some rap beef on the internet. So yeah, man, it's stupid as hell. I ain't gonna lie, but shit, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe to the Babe Mama TV. Until next time, peace.